least 2 people have been indicted in the case of more than 50 dead or dying migrants found inside of a truck last month in Texas. More than 24 of those migrants who died were from Mexico. Their funerals began last week. The tragedy occurred as we continue to see a surge of migrants at the southern border. And joining me now to discuss is Ken Cuccinelli, Senior Fellow for Homeland Security and Immigration at the Center for Renewing America and former Deputy Secretary of Homeland Security. Ken, great to see you. Thank you so much for coming on. As we just mentioned, 2 men were indicted in that particular case. What more do we know about this, and how significant is this?
Well, honestly, this administration, it's been rare to see any indictments. So this is a significant departure for them. This is the most deaths at once on the border from human smuggling that I can remember. If there's been more than this in one incidence, it's been a long time since that's happened. And of course, part of the reason for this is simply the fact that the current administration has effectively thrown the border open. And so the human smugglers, which are run through the drug cartels in northern Mexico, are having a field day. But as we see here in this case, they don't care about the people. This is a moneymaker for them. They're smuggling humans, and they just as readily smuggle drugs. They're doing both, but they're making beaucoup bucks on the people right now. And again, they don't care about the folks trying to cross our border illegally. They just care about making a buck. It's good to see accountability for once.
Yeah, and I do want to talk more about the increase in migrants encounters that we're seeing. As you know, we've seen really a significant increase over the past few years. Customs and Border Protection's data shows that there were over 207,000 migrant encounters, and that was just last month. And this as the Coast Guard stopped a vessel carrying more than 100 migrants near Florida. That happened earlier today. You know, Ken, we continue to hear from the Biden administration that the border is secure. Your thoughts?
Well, I mean, saying as a 12-year-old quoted on the floor of the Virginia Senate years ago said, "Saying it so, don't make it so." They have said the border is secure all along. It's never been true. It's such a brazen lie. I'm not quite sure who they think believes that. Certainly, the illegals showing up, well, you can remember all the pictures with them showing up with Joe Biden T-shirts on. They clearly believe this president has invited them in. And in effect, he has. They say things like the border is secure. Don't come now. I love that line. Don't come now, which they repeat all the time. But actions speak louder than words. And all they're doing is breaking down the tools that ICE and CBP have for stopping this illegal flow and returning people back home. And at the same time, creating new mechanisms to allow people to jump the line on those who have played by the rules. So illegals are getting benefits from this administration that people who've played by the rules aren't getting. And that needs to be fixed.
Yeah, and we're almost out of time, but I want to talk about this. Earlier this week, D.C. Mayor Muriel Bowser said that illegal migrants, they're filling up D.C.'s homeless shelters after being tricked into getting on buses to come to the nation's capital. Meanwhile, New York's Mayor Eric Adams, he's now asking President Biden for more federal resources for the influx of migrants that he's seeing at his homeless shelters. Your reaction, Ken?
Well, look, I think they're right in terms of what they're observing, but this is the natural outcome of these policies, which for these interior mayors has been easy political virtue signaling until now. Now they have to deal with it. They are also all dealing with more fentanyl deaths, more heroin deaths than they've seen before because of the plummeting price of those drugs because of the open southern border. And the same people, the same evil, vicious people who run the drug trade across that border are the ones running the human smuggling trade as well. So we need this border shut down and actually secured. I think the only way that's going to happen in the next 2.5 years is if border states do it themselves, which they have the authority to do under the Constitution.
All right, we're going to leave it right there. Ken, always great to get your insights. Thank you so much.
Good to be with you.